actor, the guy who played the son. He is so amazing. Where did you find him?
I was lucky, I think.
You were just lucky.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
was lucky. I cooperated with my Mongolian production manager, and I came with my Polish part of the crew to Mongolia, and we were looking for somebody. I always knew that it has to be non-actor, actually, like the child. It's obviously non-actor, but also with no any actor's roots.
A very natural actor.
Yeah, nobody who like to be an actor. Very, very authentic person. So I have been looking for somebody who, from one side, has this beautiful touch with nature, from other side has something in eyes, some charisma, something that can carry through the film. And we have been looking for in a province, Tuf province, at schools, and we basically at schools and in this province, and this is how we found Sukbat.
How many children? I mean, how many of these young boys did you audition?
3 schools, so actually not so many, because quite early I found Sukbat, and then I started to look around his neighborhood and his relatives, and this is actually, we found out his dad, Batsahan, and then when I met him, I thought, oh no, so it must be the family. I'm not looking for anybody else. I want to have also Batsahan in this film.
So the son and the father.
Yeah, exactly.
And the son has a very nice friend with the hair, a chopped up hair there. How did you find him?
Balja. We've been looking for him quite long, but then nobody was really kind of in this particular way. So then I asked Sukbat, what about your friends? And it turned out that when he was very little and before the school, he had a Balja friend, and we came to visit Balja. And actually this is the first time they've met after several years, and this is such a pure joy between them, because they haven't seen each other for 5 years or something.
Okay, so the question about having girlfriends in school, when the two very young boys were talking about girlfriends at school, is that actually in your script, or is it something that developed with them?
Lots of things has developed with them, and also this kind of curiosity which they had with each other, and this support that came from them. It was planned, but it wouldn't happen naturally if it wasn't really real.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm done with my question. Now it's for the audience to ask their question. Good. There's a question from the third row.
Hi there. Could you just talk about the origins of the story and why you wanted to film something in Mongolia?
Yeah. I really wanted to find some story that will give me the pretext to explore the theme of nature. And I've done short documentaries, and I always use this nature as some kind of to add the emotions and to convey the emotions and deeds. And then with this film, I felt that I want to go very much further down this road, and it came from kind of heart. And then I heard these questions, why Polish girl in Mongolia, and I didn't realize that actually for the financiers also the film will be the important. But then that time, like 4 years ago, I didn't think about this. I just wanted to find pretext to get something very natural about the nature. And then I heard about these horse races, and then I thought, oh, okay, so maybe that will give me it will give to this very blurred idea some body. And this is how I started to search, and I've met 2 men who became the manager production, and then it all started. But its initial idea was very blurred nature.
Nature and
how the nature impacts on humans, and I find the nature like the spirit of the god, very spiritual. So this kind of how it works, how it impacts on each other, and what happens if nature says stop. This is like that's what's about.
Thank you. Good. Another question here?
Yes. So you talked about the birth of the stories, but what about from the origin of this concept until you start shooting? How long did that, was the process, and what is the greatest challenge in the process? Yes.
So, so initially, I have the documentary background, I said, and initially, actually, it meant to be like a simple documentary story, but accidentally we arrived there on a very specific period, very specific time, end of the winter and beginning of the spring. This is incredibly dramatic time in the nomads families because you can experience the drop of temperatures, which actually the title Zut, it is related to this total drop, and it actually can create lots of death to the animals, but also you see how it reflects the humans. This is kind of very, very nervous period of time, very windy, and that actually had a huge influence, because then going there, finding the money to get back for development, for production, I wanted to keep this tension. So that's why it took 3 years. So difficult was to stay and wait for me as the person. I don't like to have these long times of time passing and I'm waiting to go there, but at the same time, that was this kind of condition I had to, I wanted to wait because I thought that it gives some spirit to this film, yeah?
Yes.
And this is when the life meets the death, it is very close, and it is kind of all these things. So that was difficult. And what else was difficult? Wind was difficult, but it was also related.
And the snow and the wind and the weather.
With this weather. But regarding like working with my nomad actors, it was just a pleasure. We kind of got on and writing and working over the script, we very closely consulted with the Batsahan, the father actor, nomad character. And so it was great. I think we got on well, and we, through these years, we knew each other, and lots of difficult moments was there, so all these difficult moments gets people together in the way, so yeah.
Thank you.
I know everything.
Good. Another question?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for making this film. It's
Thank
really great.
Thank you.
And thank you for showing it in Hong Kong.
Oh, thank you.
And
I thank you
I
for
think
inviting me.
life in the film showing is really, it's tough. I work at school. I just hope, all kids in Hong Kong and parents in Hong Kong can watch this film. We can learn a lot from this. And luckily I have my 10-year son here, and he has a question.
Oh, great.
And my question is, do you have any plan to share your film with schools in Hong Kong?
Well, I hope. I would love to, but this is actually from about my producers and their actions. I can bring this feedback to them, share it with them, and that would be great from
It's
my
very,
side.
very educational.
Yeah, I know, because I also have the son, and I told him once I arrived back from shootings to Poland, I told him that, come on, you have all these toys and you're bored with them, and they have the stone and the stick, and they can make beautiful things, so yeah, it is educational, yeah.
Yes. Yes, you have a question, my young gentleman. Stand up, please, so that people can see you. Yes.
What does Zud mean?
What does Zud mean? Yeah, mean.
Zut is the Mongolian word, expression, that describes a very kind of unpredictable drop of the temperature of the weather. And this, so there is, they have different kinds of Zut. It's like white Zut is one night with the total snowfall. So the animals have difficulties to grab the kind of heat, yeah, the grass. And there is the black Zut, which is very deep frost, which is minus 45, minus 50. So animals are dying. So this is the Zut.
Another question? Final question, maybe from the back.
know that it took you 3 years to film this film, and I'm curious about what you think your presence in this nomad society, how it affected the society, what kind of changes happened because of your presence in the film.
I was always thinking about this, just to kind of make them lose their virginity, kind of. But I think, I hope I didn't, because we just saw each other months ago in the real life. But they are so much the father in the family, because the boy, the Sulbat is already, he's staying in a school, so he's not, he's coming to help during the holidays, but he also as well has this taste of the city life. But themselves as a family, they are so much enrooted in this way of living and this kind of way of touching and being dependent and living in symbiosis with the nature, that actually this info, I really felt this, and this is how I see it, I'm not sure yet, but I felt that even my presence there, like for a month, a year, doesn't really mean so much to them, because as soon as I disappear, the life has a very kind of strong routine there, and there's no time for distraction or like, oh, yeah. And also, I don't think so. It takes them because we saw each other now, and they are so beautifully cool inside, and like and with such a huge, I don't know. They go to Berlinale and they feel like nothing, nothing touches them, nothing. So nothing, like teenager or like a paparazzi and the dress up, nothing. They're themselves and they just back there and they do their job. That's all.
They were in Berlin. They saw George Clooney. Did they know who George Clooney was?
This is what we told them, because we took them for this kind of like board reception, and actually missed him, but all the entourage was already there, and Batan
And he didn't know.
like he was every day going out. And he was thinking so many, whether his wife managed to keep all his kids back.
The wife stayed at home.
Yes,
So
she
father
stayed,
and son went to
stayed,
Berlin.
yeah, but she had to
Wife
take
stayed
care
at home.
Yes.
Very good wife.
Yes. But she was thinking about her, not about the party. So.
Great. So when they saw the film, I mean, what reaction did they have? This is my final question.
I hope it was honest. Father said that thanks to this film, he is not anymore ashamed to say that he's nomad, because he saw his hard-working hands and face sculptured by the wind, and he's not anymore ashamed to say when he goes to one batter to pick Sulbat from the school. He's not anymore ashamed to say I'm working as a nomad or I am nomad. So that was for me, most beautiful award.
Great. And how about the son? Did he say anything?
He was like when he saw himself on this in this little conversation about the girlfriends, he was ashamed, of course. It was 100 years ago, But also when he saw him galloping on a horse, I saw that this is my favorite scene. So you kind of think.
That's great.
He was proud.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Marta, for being here.
Yeah,
and thank you,
very,
Marta,
very much.
for bringing her son Victor here. I see her son Victor is also here. So you have your Nomad Film Festival life too. Does Victor go with you to all the film festivals?
No. He was in Berlin because it is quite close, but this is first time so far.
To Hong Kong. Welcome to Hong Kong, Victor. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Marta.
I'm very, very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.